Welcome back to the colouring zone. My name's Helena. So today I thought I would show you how I've done these frogs. I've noticed this one here is quite a bit darker than these two, but I've not added the paint onto this one. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you the colours and show you, because there's only one on this page, so I'm going to show you how I did it, and then I think we'll move on to the, hopefully in this video, but we'll see how we do with time. So the pencils that I have got ready picked, I wrote the pencils down, so I think it's probably more likely that the reason why they're slightly different is because I've used less of a certain colour. But the ones that I've been using, so they are Prismacolor, they're dark umber, black raspberry, chestnut, henna and peach beige. So I am going to start with the darkest first, which is the dark umber, and I probably should sharpen them, but I am really short on time today, so yeah, I've got a spare like 10 minutes or so I've just thought, well, I don't want to delay getting this part out really. So yeah, so I'm just using the dark umber, and I think I might add a bit more than I've added on the other two that I did most recently. So the darker one is definitely, that's the first one that I did, and because it has been a little while, I know that the video for the first part didn't come out that long ago, but to me I filmed it quite a while ago. So I'm just going to get the colour down, and do you know what, I'm not going to worry about the circles because I'm going to go over them anyway, so I'm really not fussed by that. Oh, notification, sorry guys. So yes, how are you all doing? I hope you're all having a good day. Yeah, so this is chestnut and the other one was the black raspberry, so I'm going to be quite sparing with this one and just get it in some places. It is a small space, guys, and actually I think, you know, you don't have to religiously put colour down on each single space so it's all uniform. I'm just doing a light layer in certain areas and then missing others. So, and then the next one is henna. The henna I hardly ever use, I've never used this combination before. So I've based it on the, I should have said actually, I've based it on the, I think it's a Californian frog. I'll have to Google it, but I had a reference image that I used for the other ones on the other page. And now I'm just, you know, sort of copying what I've done on the other side. But I'm really enjoying how this page is coming out, and I've really enjoyed working on it. It's just a shame it's taken me a while to get back to it. I have been filming other videos, and there are quite a few videos coming out, guys, that I've pre-recorded. And I feel like I've really got into a rhythm now, which is great. So there is the henna, and then this is the peach beige. So I'm just going to go over and just sort of fade it out really. I could add some darker bits, I'm sure, just to give it a bit more depth, but that's the first coat. So I should really zoom you in, shouldn't I? Apologies. So, sorry, my voice is going, guys. Ooh. So, I'm just going to add some more of this dark umber, particularly on these parts of the frog, because this is obviously closest to where we're looking from it. That does not make sense. This is the closest. And then these parts are obviously underneath the frog's body, so these would be darker. And I'm not sure what I'm going to do with the eyes yet. I don't think I've done the eyes on the other ones. No, I haven't. And I think we'll just add maybe a bit more here Right, so there's that one. So that's the dark umber. This is the black raspberry. I'm just going to do it in certain places, I think. Maybe on the darker areas. Just to sort of blend it out a little bit. Yeah, I've been meaning to film a colour and chat and I've not managed to do that yet. Next one is chestnut. So going back to the chestnut. And going over these bits. They would definitely be in the shadow, and this is where it comes up. So there is that one. Right, and then here is the henna. Now it's good that we've got a highlight. I'm quite pleased with that highlight. But then another thing to consider is, because I plan to put metallic paint over these, it is going to appear darker once the paint's on. So if I wasn't putting paint on top of this, then I probably would make it darker and have a smaller highlight, but it's just because I know I'm going to be putting paint down. So there is that one. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my paint, which is actually in here. So I'm going to be using from Art Spirits. I haven't actually put any water on it yet, guys, so I might have to come back to you once it's sort of activated. I don't know whether that's the right word, but soaked in, activated, something like that, isn't it? So I'll be back in a second. Right, so I think I've allowed enough time now. So I've just got this tiny little brush. It is a Royal and Langnickel brush, and it is a 20//O. Yeah, so I got this one here for Christmas. I can't remember whether I'd put it in my haul video for part 1. Maybe no, I don't think I did, because I don't think it wasn't, I can't remember, guys, if I'm honest. Yeah, so I'm just gonna go over the little parts, and then I might also add some white dots just to give it a bit more contrast, to make it stand out a bit more. I did consider actually going around with white gel pen, but I think it will probably just scrape off the metallic paint, so I've decided against that. And actually there are black dots, so what I could do is go over the black dots in a white gel pen. It might be that I need to wait for this to dry, even though it is quite quick because it's obviously watercolour. And I'm not really adding that much water to it, so it's quite opaque. So I'm quite happy with that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to wait for it to dry, and then I will add some white gel pen, so then you can see sort of the end result. I only just thought of it, and I haven't actually done the eyes either. I think I might do them actually orange. So what I'm going to work on now is this flower. So this is the last flower that I have to do on this page. If I just zoom you out slightly, and I'll show you this side. So this is how the flowers are looking. So some of them I've gone around with white gel pen, and others I haven't. And so I have done one of the dragonflies. There's only 2 on this page actually, across the double spread, and they're actually both on this left hand side. But I have added, and I can see it, I'm not sure whether you can see it on camera, but I've added the Art Spirits Mirror Dust. I absolutely love that paint. It's just, oh, it's beautiful. So we will work on this one now. Now the colours colours that I have used are these ones here. So these are the Albert Dürer, and then I've gone over them with, I think, do you know what, guys, I actually, oh yeah, it's these ones. Yes, I've gone over with these colours, but these are the base. So I will just get those out. So I've actually used this one as the deep scarlet red. So this is a Magnus Albert Dürer. So it is one of the bigger ones. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to zoom you in. Oh yeah, you can see, look how much I've used of that mirror dust. And I only got it for Christmas. So yeah, it's well loved, that one. As actually are all of Rebecca's paints, Art Spirits paints. So I'm just going to do a layer in here in the darkest spots. And I'm not going to worry too much about getting it smooth or anything, because obviously these are water coloured pencils. So there's not a need to be careful, because I know that they're just going to, you know, start moving as soon as I add the water and also the other colours as well. So that's my sort of logic behind that. So there's the deep scarlet, and this one here is the pale geranium lake. So I'm going to go over the deep scarlet and not be too careful again and just add it. Have any of you been watching some really good series lately? We've watched a few. We don't actually watch do they call it like terrestrial television? So we never know like what's been on, or so we really, you know, if someone recommends something, like, you know, our parents, either of our parents or something, to be honest, I don't, my parents-in-law have got better taste with TV than my parents do. But anyway, that's beside the point. But yeah, if you've got any recommendations, please let me know in the comments below, because we've watched Afterlife, and we binge watched it over like 2 days, and that's the last of the series. It is on Netflix if anyone is interested, and it's Ricky Gervais that is the main character, and also the writer and the producer of the series. And as I said, it's had 3 seasons now, and it has come to an end. And I'm like, oh, so easy to watch. I mean, it's not, you know, there is like emotional, you know, he's actually lost his wife. So you would think that it's not something that would be easy to watch, but somehow it is. I can't really explain it. I suppose people that have watched it might understand what I mean. But yeah, I would definitely recommend that one. Right, so then this one here is the, sorry, that was the Rose Carmine. It's because I'm talking, guys. And then this one here is the Ivory. I'm so sorry, you were slightly out of shot then. So I'm just adding it to the edges. And I am going to go from light to dark when I activate the parts. Just because I do want to save some highlights. I might have done a bit too much actually on this one. I'm not sure whether I did as much colour on the other one. So that's how it's looking at the moment. Now I have got my rag. It's actually my husband's t-shirt that I cut up because he doesn't use it anymore. And then this is a really cheap brush that I got from Amazon. It was quite a long time ago, and do you know what, it's fared me really well. It's not actually a bad brush, surprisingly. I've had a lot worse. So anyway, so I am just going to start from the top and then work my way down on the other petals, because I don't want to be putting my arm or hand in it and then smearing it. And I'm just going to dab off as I go. So the thing with watercolours is that when they're wet, they are normally a lot more bright, and then they do tend to be lighter as they dry. on the bottom ones, I've just decided I'm going to go out and do the dark to light, only because they are going to be in more shadow. More water. My desk is such a mess, guys, it really is. As I said, I've been working really long hours, so when I've got like a spare like 10 minutes before I'm about to go to bed, I just colour something. So it's got really, I'm not organising it because I want to colour. I don't want to be putting things away because of time. So yeah. So here is this one. And I suppose, you know, I am going to be going over this with I'm going to be going over it, aren't I? Because of course I'm going to be putting pencil in it, so I'm not too bothered. And this one and that one, and I didn't actually do the middle, did I? If I just quickly do that, I think I've used only the rose and towards the middle, and then I faded it out with the ivory, and the ivory's not sharpened, but it doesn't matter. So there's that one, and I suppose I could activate it, couldn't I? So we'll wait for that to dry. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to this frog here, and we can add some white details to the body. I've just got a bit of water that's gone out of the line onto the leaf, which I've probably smudged. So it's probably completely my fault, but anyway, it's fine. So here's this one. So I'm just going to add some little white dots where there's already dots there, I think. I'll just give it a bit more detail. And I also need to do the eye, don't I? And on this little nose or face. Yeah, I'm quite happy with that. I think he's sweet. So, I'll tell you what, while that's drying, if we work on the other side of the page, and we can work on the dragonfly. You might notice that I have added some pencil to this background. Now, I've not quite finished it. I just need to smooth it out a little bit. But I've done the dragonfly up there, which I showed you a second ago. So for the dragonfly, I'm just going to move all of my stuff out of the way. Do you know what? We'll go with raspberry. And then I'll add some black cherry, I think. Maybe if I can find the pencil. You know what, we'll just use black raspberries, that's fine, isn't it? So we'll just go in like that. It's nothing fancy, it's a really small area. And then for this one, I had used this colour to make it look see-through. I went over it with a slightly lighter version of this flower. Which seems to have worked quite well. I do think it sort of looks like it's transparent. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add the white gel pen, and this is an Arteza and it's a 0.6. I know there was quite a few problems because these were really popular and still are about stock. I don't think they're on Amazon at the moment. They were for a short time. So I'm just going to go around, and what I've noticed, I tend to use the I tend to use it too quickly, and then you end up getting trailing. So I just do it slower now, and that seems to really work. Just allows more ink to flow down, I suppose. So that, there is that side, and then I'm going to go over this side as well. Now I'm hoping it doesn't pick up the pigment, because I have activated it, but then I have used Prismacolor over the top, but it doesn't. I think it's all right actually. All right. Now, so yeah, I'm quite happy with that one. So I'm going to move over. I'm sorry guys, it's just allowing things to dry. So we shall come back to our flower. Now the colours that I've used for the flowers are black cherry, raspberry, scarlet lake, and also pink. So I can see scarlet lake and raspberry. So it's quite a lot later now, so I'm just going to add this in here for the last little part. So it's the same day, but it's in the evening, so it is dark. And I've got my overhead light on. I hope it's not too overexposed. Now I couldn't find the right pencils, and rather than searching for them, I thought I will just sort of use, because I couldn't find the pink of the Prismacolor, so I'm just going to use blush pink just for ease. It's not exactly the same, as you can see. I just did a little test here, but I'm not too bothered by it. But anyway, yeah. So, and I can't find the black cherry either. It's quite a small pencil, and I don't know whether it's fallen down. So it's raspberry first in the darker areas, and I can darken this up using the black raspberry, which I do have to hand. You may hear some background noise. My mother-in-law is on the on FaceTime. She's chatting away to my son, and so yeah, you might hear that. But anyway, yeah, so I've had a nice day. And yeah, it's been quite productive really, and I plan to film my haul video, so it will be part 2 December and January. So I'm gonna have to, because it's been a while, I'm gonna have to put them in all together, but I'm sure you guys won't mind. It does mean a longer video, but you know, they do tend to do quite well actually, the haul videos. So yes, so I'll be downloading, I'll be uploading that quite soon. And you might see quite a lot of glare, because I am using the Prismacolors. They are very waxy, so you will see some glare, and I could mess around more with the lighting, but due to time restraints, I am just going to film this little bit. And I've also put some water on the mirror dust, so then I can also finish off that butterfly on the other side of the page. So that was raspberry. Sorry, I don't think I really showed you properly. So we're going to be using black cherry, raspberry, scarlet lake and pink. But as I said, I'm just using raspberry, scarlet lake and also the blush pink in the Derwent Chroma Flow. I will have a good sort out of my desk. Probably tomorrow now, I would have thought. If I want to film my haul video, then I'm going to have to, because it is an absolute mess. Yeah, I've got lots of things beside me, but it is what it is. I'm not gonna stress over it. Oh, it does impress me, guys, your workspaces. So I watched Debbie, so from Colour Me Stress Free, her vlog of her colouring space, and honestly, like, people are so much more organised than I am. My desk is always covered, and I like, part of me wants to film it, but then part of me thinks, I don't want it to be unreal, but it would be really messy if I left it how it normally would be. So I'm like yeah, it's like I'm a conflict with myself whether to do it or not. But anyway, yeah, let me know in the comments below whether you would like to see my workspace. As I said, it's pretty small, and it's, yeah, quite messy. But yeah, so I'm just going in with the blush pink now, and I'm just going to go over and you might notice that I am spinning round the pencil as I do it, so the point lasts a little bit longer. This is where I sorry guys, that's a little bit annoying, isn't it? Yeah, this is where I don't think I activated it properly, or maybe I added too much water and then it's sort of come up with those little specks. And then we'll go, I think we'll go around here as well. Right, so I'm not sure whether you're going to be able to, so hopefully you can see that. And then my plan, in fact I might as well just do it now actually. I'm just going to put some gel pen around the lighter parts. Now on the other side I went completely around them, and I think it would look better if I stop like halfway and maybe make some like dots and dashes and things. Is it gonna work? Yeah, I'm feeling the need to visit family. So some of you might know, some of you might not. My family live about 2.5 hours away, but yeah, I would really like to see them. Right, so I'm not sure whether you're going to be able to see that, but I'm quite happy with that. I think that looks better than doing it all the way around, just because these spots are darker. But anyway, so I'm going to put a little bit there, I think, just to finish it off. And now we will go over to the other side of the page. I'm sorry it is a bit like, you know, flipping and changing, but so this is our Dragonfly that we worked on earlier on in this video, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to get a little brush and stir this up and get lots of beautiful glitter on my brush. So I'm just going to go over. It does bring up some of the Arteza white. I did notice that on the other one, and you can actually see it in here as well, I think. So I'm just going to sort of dab it on rather than brush it. Going out with the lines a bit, guys, but that's okay, isn't it? So I think in that particular area it's actually some of it's come off some of the lines, but we'll see. So I will wait for that to dry, and then I will come back to you just so you can see it. So actually, to be honest, you can see it on the other one, so I might just lift it up. So obviously this one here is still wet. It's very, very beautiful. And then this one is the one that is actually dry, and I don't know whether you're going to be able to see that. But anyway, so that's how far we've got. Now, next time, my plan is to work on the fishes and also one of the turtles. So I probably won't do all of the remaining fishes on camera, just because it would take quite a lot of time. Now the small little fishes, I am just using the different paints, metallic paints that I've got to fill them out. So anyway, this is how it is looking at the moment. I hope you're enjoying this like sort of how I colour sort of series with this page. Thank you very much for watching, guys, and I'll see you very soon. Happy colouring, everyone. Bye.